Hey guys, I'm here. If anybody comes in, I'm fixing to show y'all some shit. I didn't find it. Somebody recommended it on a page. Um, okay. Oh, I was just reading a message from my, and I was like, oh, okay, I can do that. Okay, come on in. I just sent myself. There we go. Oh yeah. Okay, back to StreamYards. Okay, hey guys, I'm gonna share this first, and then I'm gonna tell you what somebody found, and I want y'all to hear part of this guy's video. I already put the original in the description. But first, we're going to do this as a copyright disclaimer. Can you guys see that? Let me see. Hold on. Let me put that up there. Yeah, copyright disclaimer. We can see that, right? Yeah, it's small, but guess what? Fair use. Okay? So we're done with that. Okay, we're not going to share his whole video anyway, because guess what? He streams his whole shift, it seems. Okay? It seems that he streams his whole shift. Okay? So I want y'all to listen to this, and I want y'all to listen. This is a 7-hour stream. We're just going to listen to a little bit of it when he talks about why you should always ID. And look at the smirk on his face. And when he talks about Raz, and his version of Raz sounds really weak to me. It sounds like suspicion. But let's let the man speak for himself, okay? Hey, John. Hey, President Santa. Hey, Watchdog Radio. You in timeout? You been bad? Hey, John. World Citizen was never, ever here. I think we got everybody so far, okay? So we're going to play this. I don't know. I'm going to let play for a couple minutes because this is, yeah, interesting. Okay. I got to share the screen first. So. Let's see, share. Chrome tab. Yeah, that's not supposed to say handcuffed for driving his car, is it? That was like the wrong video. That's the wrong video. Hold on, guys. Shit. Damn it. You know, I had to. Don't get upset, Amy. Don't get upset. Don't get upset. Don't get upset. I know where the link is. It's in the description. Hold on. I can't get it in the description. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. I hope I put the damn right link in the description. I even try to take my time with this and set it up because even though, I didn't like the shit he was saying, I didn't want to rush because when I rush in here, I often make mistakes. So I'm going to send this to myself, I guess, on Facebook Messenger. And, oh, I can just pull up YouTube and pull up the last video, right? Yeah. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll just pull up YouTube and I'll just pull up the last video that I played. Let me find my history. Oh, Lord. Okay, history. Here he is.
It's going to cause you to kill somebody or yourself. Just stop. You must have done something wrong because they're...
Okay, hold on. I know I haven't shared the screen yet, so let me share the screen. Yeah, at first he's talking, but once he starts talking about you just left breakfast, you'll know that's when he's getting into it. Hey, Karen. And it don't take long for him to get into it. Oh, and he's smug, too.
asking you to pull over, so you stop. That's what you do. And I'm going to really blow your earballs off with this one. You ready? You ready? This is going to be crazy.
I'm ready. Crazy. Tell us.
If you're walking down the street and you haven't done anything wrong, you're walking down the street. All you did is you had 2 eggs and toast, and you're walking down the street. I'm walking down the street. Here I go, walking down the street. and an officer comes up. He's like, "Hey, man, we got a report of a guy that was that hit another dude in the face right around the corner. You match the description. Can I have your ID?" Now you know that you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. You just you just had eggs and you went out. What you don't do is, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I'm not giving you my ID. I don't have to because I didn't do anything. All right, people. The fact that you didn't do anything, it plays very little in the fact of whether or not you need to produce your identification for the officer. Can a cop just come up to you and for no reason force you to identify yourself? No, no, I'm not supposed to do that. But if we have a reason or we suspect you of doing something, about to do something,
Look at his face.
have done something, okay, or involved with something that we're investigating, some type of crime, whatever, which was displayed. Guy over here got punched. The officer does have that right to try to identify you for the report and possible questioning later, even if you didn't do anything wrong. Okay. Because at that point in time, he's suspecting you may have been the one that did it. What you don't want to
Suspicion
do,
is not a crime. You have to harass.
definitely don't want to do,
Articulable.
is resist arrest if he starts to arrest you for failure to identify. Because then you took a completely situation that was no issue and wouldn't have been an issue for you either. Okay. And you turned it into a double arrestable offense. And those two things you won't get off with when you go to court. If the officer can articulate why he was asking you for your information. And the officer doesn't have to argue with you. That's the craziness. The officer doesn't have to argue with you. Like if I walk up and I say, "Hey, lady over there says that a guy wearing a white shirt and blue jean shorts was just in her car. I need your ID." But you know it wasn't you. And you're like, "I don't talk to cops." And I was like, "I need your ID. I need your information. I didn't do it. I'm not giving you my stuff." Okay, that's all you're getting from me. That's all you're going to get from me. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just going to be like, "You're under arrest." And you'll be like, "No, I'm not." But then you're going to be under arrest. And then when you resist, you're going to be under arrest also with resisting. Because I won't argue. I don't sit there and argue with people. I don't do it. I've been doing this job 27 years. I have a pretty good understanding and idea of what I'm allowed to do. And I won't argue. The arguing is usually the person trying to bait the officer into doing something they're not supposed to do. So I won't do it. I don't do it. If I go up to a car, I pulled over a car, this is how I've learned to deal with it. Because we're not that busy usually on midnight shift. If I pull over a car and they say, "I don't talk to cops," I say, "All right, I'll be back in my car. When you're ready to talk to cops, let me know, but don't leave here. I'm going to charge you with fleeing and eluding." I'll come back and sit here. I'll turn on YouTube or something. I won't argue. I'm not yanking him out of the car. I did that a few times when I was younger, which I was permitted to do, but I won't do it. I'm just like, "I'll be back in my car." And they'll sit up there for a while, and the longer they sit, the madder they get, and finally they realize that they're not leaving. And then it usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes, but then they'll wave their hand out. Then I'll go up and they'll talk to me and everything's good. It's all over with. That seems to work best for me. Because those situations, they so easily can be turned into an arrestable offense. And I'll explain to you. Oh my gosh, you guys are talking about this Kyle thing. Jiminy Christmas. If you haven't done anything wrong and they're going to arrest you, it's best just to go. You just go. You'll sit in jail for the night. Go, sit in jail. Go to the judge. They'll take you the next morning. He's going to let you out. And then you fight it.
Jeez.
But if you don't go, you're going to have a resisting arrest charge on you that will stick. Okay, so you just need to be cautious of those little glitches that can get you hung up. I got the I'm just traveling. That never works for anybody around here, or even on the videos I've seen. It never works.
I've seen it work on video. Anyway, I'm going to stop this because I don't. He could be here all night. He streams his whole
I'll let you in on another
it
secret.
seems. Oh, this is the secret, real quick.
This is crazy, especially for you guys who have never seen this. All of those videos you watch where it says guy ripped out a car for speeding, or guy ripped out a car for not giving ID, and they always have guy ripped out a car and arrested for no seatbelt or something like that. If you go back and watch the videos, okay, and you will start to understand this if you watch a lot of them after I tell you this, okay? And this is good information to have. After I tell you this, go watch some of those videos. Officer ripped me out of my car for not using my blinker. Okay. First of all, pretty much all of those videos are labeled incorrectly because that's not why they got ripped out of the car. They got pulled over for not using a blinker. They got pulled over for speeding. They got, pulled over for whatever reason. Okay. This is the crazy one, and I want you to go watch a few of them. Watch. During the conversation where the person in the car is trying to argue with the officer, listen for this one question or one statement from the officer. "Sir, I need you to get out of the car." Then you'll hear the person in the car go, "I want your supervisor." "Sir, get out of the car." "No, I don't have to," or "No." Well, at that very second in time, that person who says no,
he's actually right about this.
committed
Unfortunately,
a misdemeanor of the first offense,
unfortunately,
punishable by
in most states,
$1,000
they
fine,
can't have you
6
out the
months
car
in
for any
jail,
reason. I'm gonna stop sharing this for now.
for failure to
Give me.
comply with the lawful order of a police officer, not for.
Now you can tell this guy's full of himself. You can tell he's giving wrong information, and he's talking about things he's permitted to do. First of all, I'm permitted to do a lot of things. That don't mean I go out and do them, okay? Especially when you're in a position like this, okay? He's smug. It looks like, first of all, I don't think he should be live streaming when he's working, but I think if we had time, ain't no telling what all he says in there. Ain't no telling what all he does in there. I just found this one. I was skimming through it. You understand? Ain't no telling how many videos he has up there. Okay? He's only got like 3.62 subs. But guess what? He's spreading wrong information to people. He's spreading people to just comply. Just comply. Now, I agree with him on don't resist. There is never a reason to resist. There's no, because it's not because, unless there's a reason to, but it's never going to work for you. You understand what I'm saying? So I agree. Just like now I got arrested. You know what I'm saying? What am I going to do? Nothing. You're going to go with the motherfuckers. He acts like it's nothing to just go spend the night in jail. Even if you're innocent and have to fight this shit. He acts like it's nothing. Didn't y'all hear him act like it was nothing? And the looks on his face, the smugness. This is ridiculous. Pure damn ridiculous. Hey, fuck DSS. Hey, pissed off Marine. Hey, James. Did I miss anybody else? Charlie Cesar. Oh, how do you say that? Ivor Mecton. I hope that's right. By XRP. And then we got John Elroy's Ghost. You know, on some things the only thing I think he is accurate on that last statement. Yeah, as far as I know, I'm not sure about every state, but I know most states, if they say for any reason they are scared, then you must exit the car. I know it sucks. It sucks. And this guy, I don't know if I heard on this part or not, but I swore earlier I heard him say, if somebody, I didn't hear it this time, so I might have been in a different part, but I know it's on the video. He says something to the effect, I'm not going to say it, I'm not going to quote it, but something to the effect of, if you don't ID, he doesn't argue. He said that, remember? But he said he'll just slam you in cuffs. And he'll just put the cuffs on. And he did say that. And then if you resist, but let's say you don't resist. What has he got you on? Nothing, really. Nothing. And you see the way he talks about, if we think you're involved, he's talking about Raz like it's just red girls. Oh, that guy looks a little suspicious. First of all, if you think somebody's involved in something, you sit there and watch. Do some real police work. Sit there and watch and see. Are they really up to something? Or are they just hanging out in the parking lot for a minute? You know what I'm saying? That's what a real police would do. But, how do y'all feel about this? Hey, Batman, I didn't see you, honey. Oh, this made me so mad. I had no intention of going live today. I was fixing to go back to bed, actually. But I see this on a Facebook page. I don't know if I can find. Oh, I didn't know my phone was on Do Not Disturb. Oh, is it? Hey, Siri, turn my Do Not Disturb off.
Okay.
Oh, it was. I guess it was from, was that last? No, that was the night before last I was caught watching. It could have been off. No, it wasn't. I didn't have it on. No, yesterday I was getting phone calls. Anyway, so, man. Yeah, it does sound good, man. It's the weekend. I like to get back to sleep. Well, but man, maybe somehow I was trying to look on Facebook. I had seen this in one of these little groups, where people sharing stuff, and this lady had wrote like, what's people's opinion on it? I think it's a bullshit. But she wanted their opinion on him live streaming his whole shift. What are your opinions on that? I think it's messed up, but I think we can learn some stuff from it by the way they think. Yeah. I mean, it's like, there's this and that. So, and it's not you, he's saying you're innocent, but just comply, man. Just comply. And he never does tell you what giving your ID, how is that going to prove you innocent? And why do they need your ID so bad? He never explains that. But that's all they want. See, he's more than anything. He's crazy. He's crazy. That cop has the training the majority of them have. And that is, this is what you're allowed to do with, and this is how you get away with doing it. Okay? And this is how you do it the sneaky way. And most people don't know it. And he's sitting there, most people that say they don't talk to cops and stuff are trying to bait the officer into doing something and he doesn't go for that. No, we are not trying, nobody is trying to bait y'all. We are trying to get you to do it the right way. If you are a cop, if you are a supporter of cops, I implore all them cops, when I was behind that wall, I don't care if I was wasting my time. I was begging them to the top of my lungs to look into this shit. Because somewhere out there, like I said, there's got to be some that if they knew the truth, they wouldn't do it. There's got to be some like this guy. He knows. He might not know too much but he knows that he has to circumvent and do things like a certain way in order to make these things work. You know what I'm saying? And like his idea of suspicion is not the same as having reasonable, articulable suspicion. Hey, Heather. Man, that's crazy. So I already put his link in the description. And any of you that have time, and I'm gonna try to see what you can find in his videos and clip that shit out, man. Make sure you add some commentary or something to it, so you don't, strike from him. But if you do get a strike from him, guess what? It's gonna have his name and address on it. Did y'all know that? If you strike somebody, they get your full information, which I think is crazy. But that's probably a good thing because it can keep people from false striking people. I've never struck nobody. Even the trolls, you know what I'm saying? I felt like they used it in fair use. I don't even want to talk about them. Anyway, so anybody want to come up? Anybody want to say anything? I'm pouring me some Coke Zero out here. This guy. Y'all want to listen to the cops more? He's a dumbass, but I'm telling you, that's how they are all taught, and that's what they all believe. And they all the thing about it, if you know you're innocent, just go spend the night in jail. Which I do agree, you shouldn't resist because it is going to get you a charge that's going to stick on you. But how's that first charge going to stick? He's talking about you're going to have 2 charges. And the first one shouldn't even stick either, because the resisting, as long as you resist without violence, it shouldn't stick either. Not if the first one's dropped, right? Hey, Lady Justice. Thank you, Lady Justice. I see this shit and I just want to spread information more than anything. I mean, I like the video too. I love the video too. I like to spread information. And then there was a troll that's. I know. I shouldn't let these trolls bother me. I just think it's so messed up that they have such a skewed perception of all auditors. Even I won't say all cops are bad because I don't believe all of them are. I believe the majority of them are. I know some auditors are bad. I'm not saying they're bad, like they're terrible, but they're just not the best people, okay? They're not who they portray to be. But how can you say we're all bad when you haven't even watched? You've heard me speak a couple times. You've watched a piece of a mass audit. You don't know me. I don't think my people that watch me and have listened to me, and the people that have known me through panels and stuff for the last 5 years, I don't think none of those people would say that Amy is a fraud or Amy doesn't do this for the right reasons. I don't think so. Because I've given my all. I have. And I know I'm not the best. I'm not the most talented. But I do give my all. Hey, Juliana. Yeah. Yeah. He streams the stream. I wish I could find that message I got it from. Somebody had shared on a Facebook group. It could be you for all I know. And I was like, wow. And first of all, I didn't like the fact he was streaming. I didn't like the bad advice he's giving people. I don't like the smugness. I don't like the fact that he's doing these things and knowing that even if it is things he can do per se, which I'm not saying all of them are, but let's say they are things he can do. Why? Why? Just the pulling out of the car thing. Yeah, they can pull you out the car. But why do you want to do that to somebody? Unless you really are concerned, but they're not usually really concerned. They do it, and that scares the person in the car, and they know that. They know that the person in the car really is afraid to get out. Often they are. They really are. And I don't blame them. I would be afraid to get out of the car, especially if my camera wasn't running. Yes, I would be. Ain't no telling what they're going to do to you. But you really do have to get out of the car. I do believe that is a fact. I know in most states it is. But then you can damn sure ask for a supervisor. Back to that. Look, this one, and another thing this troll told me, they always back police because they hate child molesters and killers and all this stuff. Oh, and they accuse me of being a meth head. I've never even seen meth. I'm not. That shit is made out of shit and household chemicals. Do you think I would put that shit in my body? Hell no. Ugh. No way. Okay, anyway, so okay, fuck that. I don't really care if people do drugs. If they're stupid enough to do it, that's their business, in my opinion. I think they'll eventually kill themselves off and stuff. Now, if they're hurting others, that's fine. But anyway, fuck the drugs part. Let's talk about the pedophiles. Let's talk about the killers and stuff. I want real police for that too. I sure do. But I want good ones. And I want them to leave the other people alone. Hey, Druzy, we as a society don't need to be policed. We need, like the other night when I was out riding around looking for cops and couldn't find any, that's actually a good thing. It is. We don't need them riding around unless, if they're riding around like, trying to look out and just see, if any real crimes are going on, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because they might ride by and there might really be somebody breaking in a car or business or something, and there might really be somebody beating somebody's ass on the side of the road. That's great. Hey, Slow Butter. Hey, Conspiracy. Anybody else, if I missed you, I'm sorry. I sure ain't trying to. Anyway, I want real police for that. I don't think they need to go around just on these revenue expeditions or just pulling people over. And I don't think we need that as a society. I really don't. Most people are not out there committing crimes, okay? And if they are, it's one of the 3 felonies I hear we all commit every day. They say, that's what I've always heard, that most people commit 3 felonies a day that they don't even know about because they don't know, because there's like these bogus, stupid laws that have been put on the books years ago. Just because of laws and that's another thing that they like to say on Mass Hall and stuff. They like to talk about state law and city ordinances, the 14th Amendment, which gives the right to states to make laws. I think that's the 14th, right? Okay. Also, though, I thought a state couldn't make any law that goes against the Constitution of the U.S., right? Am I wrong? Please. If a state makes a law or an ordinance or a statute, I don't care if they pass it or not, as long as that shit can be struck. It might take somebody going to jail. It might take a couple of people going to jail and having to fight that shit. But the cop thinks that's no big deal. He thinks it's no big deal to go to jail. He thinks it's no big deal to play a lawyer. Lawyers are expensive. A night in jail is expensive. They charged me $55 to spend the night in jail. I didn't want to pay that, but my lawyer advised me to. I didn't want to. I did not want to. They did not give me a handbook. They did not give me a toothbrush. They did not give me no food. They did not give me a sandwich. They did not give me a bedroll. Why the fuck do I have to pay $55? And I feel like, to me, that feels like contractual law. But, hey, fuck it. A1224Q. And it said if you had already been found innocent or if your charges have been dropped, you didn't have to pay the $55. So it sounds like to me about paying the $55, I'm saying I'm guilty. But I'm not guilty. And they didn't have the right to keep me there. Man, anybody want to come up? Interesting how many channels they are like this. I also commented back to the lady that had, I think it was a lady that had shared this on one of those Facebook groups that I'm in. I also commented that there's a lot of cops on TikTok and Clapper also. And these cops be doing this shit on the clock. Okay. People get mad because we go out there and video and some of us might get a couple dollars here and there. And there might be some that make great money. I don't care. They deserve it if they do. Anybody that that goes out there and makes any kind of content and if it's, they deserve to get paid if YouTube's paying, Okay. However, I don't think that should be your motivation as you know, I'm an activist, whether YouTube gets shut down tomorrow or not. I'm going to be an activist. Okay. I go to other platforms and I will continue to go to other platforms. I'll stand out in the street and yell if I have to. I don't, you know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. He's getting, so I'm sure he will be or is going to be monetized by YouTube. And he's on the people's dime. I don't think that's right. And there's a bunch of them, like I said, on TikTok and Clapper too, that make little videos. Theirs are usually shorter, but still, they shouldn't be doing that on the job. I seen one, the EMT, in the back of an EMT, and she was holding a needle, and she said, when a patient tries something, I can't remember. She's like, I remind them that I'm allowed to give them the strongest nap of their life or something like that. She holds up a needle. Maybe it's ketamine, like they gave that one guy. Poor guy died. Ketamine. I don't know what was in the needle, but what I'm telling you, she said she's legally allowed to give you the best nap of your life, and she was an EMT worker, so they're not all good too. A lot of people think all firing EMTs are good. No, they're not. I'm sure there's probably more good ones of them than there are cops, but they're not all good. They're not. I've had some bad. Hey, Sandra, I've had some bad experiences with them too. Um, and then others I've had lovely experiences with it. So you just, and like anything, I guess there would be good and bad people. I do see with the cops though a great outweighance of bad. Okay, I know ketamine is dangerous. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be administered to people unless there is a time I think it might should be, and that is in a medical setting. They do give small doses to people that have not responded well to other depression treatments. Okay, it is just a small dose, and they put you like in a dark room by yourself. I've heard about that. I've read about that. That I think would be okay. But shooting people up with a horse tranquilizer, because that's what it is. Special K, ketamine. Yeah, yes. It was a horse tranquilizer turned party drug. And it's always been dangerous. And why EMTs are riding around with that shit, I don't know. Why they're sticking people with it, I don't know. There's a lot better, lighter drugs made for humans. I'm not saying ketamine's never been approved for human use because it has been. Like I said, in small, I don't know all it's been approved for, but I do know it has been approved for small doses in a medical setting. I do know that. I guess it's been approved for more. If the EMTs are riding around with, I don't know. I don't know everything. you know, I try to fill my brain with as much knowledge as I can, but I can't. And I'm not, and I don't try to educate others either. I mean, I'll try to explain. Yeah, of course, I'll share any experiences with you, anything I think that's true. But I'm not no civil rights educator. Some people are. I just encourage people to learn the rights. Because what if no, I don't know. I'm not qualified to be educating people. I don't think. I think I just it's windy out here. I still I'm learning stuff all the time. Look, another one y'all can't see it. When it's windy, I get these beautiful pink flowers that fly in my yard, and I don't know where they come from. Somebody must have a bush around here, but they're so pretty. I got one on Clapper, a little Clapper video I found one day, and I put it on there. They're pretty. I hate that it fell off, but if it's going to fall off and blow, I'm glad it blew in my yard so I could see it. Did I miss anybody? Cop block. Yeah, Maddie's been in jail, man. I don't know. What's up with her? I haven't heard any information on her. I think a lot of people might have backed away from her because they claim that they claim she threatened them. I don't see where she threatened them. All she said was, I'll ruin your reputation. If you've got a good reputation, how could somebody ruin it? Now, could the police ruin some of our reputations? Probably. Or the government, because they've got money and shit. We don't. Hey, Gregory. So they could probably ruin somebody's reputation. Yeah. But I don't think none of us have those kind of resources. Oh, anyway, okay. I'm not mad at her. I love Maddie. But they claim they showed an email or something, and that she said like she was gonna come after them with Accurate Amanda, Rogue Nation, American Amy. I didn't appreciate my name being in that document. I didn't know nothing about this, and I'm not definitely going after anybody. But I don't even know if Maddie really wrote that. Who knows? You know, I'm not mad at her. I just would like to know what's going on with her and if she's going to get out of jail anytime soon. I don't see nobody following her situation. I was just thinking about her yesterday, wondering how is Maddie? And will Maddie ever get out of jail? Has she just disappeared? Is she okay? I don't know. I just don't know. Hey, underground auditor, how are you? Always in forever. I can't say the other word. Seprify. Is that how you say it? Not that I'm a Marine. I was just, giving homage to those that are. No, saying words shouldn't get you in prison. Eric Brent shouldn't be in prison. I don't know. I don't know where she's at. If anybody gets any information on her, please let me know. I know what county she lives in. I might could look it up and see if I can find her. I don't know her last name. I bet somebody does. I would like to know what's going on with her, and she's an OG too. I mean, she's not, and she's been doing this for years. It seems like people would be concerned with her about her. Hey, keeper. I don't know. So yeah, this cop just rides around his whole shit, talking all his little smoke shit, telling people why they should ID, and what they got the right to do. First of all, he ain't got any rights. He might be permitted to do certain things, but when he's on that job, he don't have rights. Hey, Snark and Stash. Caught butt hot strings. Yeah, it's craziness, man. So y'all want to watch this cop talk some shit some more? Because all of y'all didn't get to see that shit. Let's go. We'll share a little bit more of it. We're not gonna replay what we replayed. We'll just replay. We'll watch a little more of it and see how he reacts. Okay, see what he says, because he was telling some crazy shit. And he says he's a cop, and this is in Logan, Ohio, that he's a cop at. Logan, Ohio. He rides around his whole shift live streaming. And people get mad. One troll told me one time, I hate to see y'all out there having fun while y'all are filming. Jeez. Damn it, man. Wow. We can't have nothing in life. We can't have fun. We can't make videos. And then I still, they take our videos and make money by sitting there laughing at us. I still don't think that's right. And they act like they're the ones on the high ground. And we're just bad, terrible people. I don't care about the money, but I do care about this movement. Okay, so we're going to, I got rid of YouTube, but we can get it right back up there. Give me a second, guys. Guys, if you wasn't in here earlier, this is a cop that seems to think he's got law enforcement all figured out. And for him, he does, because it's been working for him.
Not for not using the blinker. So if you have an officer who's done this job a while, and you want to start arguing with him, and he wants to put an end to it, all he's going to do is say, "Get out of the car, please." And you're going to say no, and he's going to say, "I'm ordering you out," and you'll say no. Now he knows you've got an arrestable offense.
And that's something.
It's that quick. Don't tell an officer no when he asks you to get out of the car. He doesn't even have he or she.
He's right about this. Though
you do have to get a reason.
You do have to get the car.
He doesn't have to have a reason to ask you to get out of the car. Okay. And it's anybody in the car. If you're on a legitimate traffic stop, I can walk up to any car and say, "Hey, passenger, please step out of the car for a minute."
I didn't know about that.
The passenger has to get out. If the passenger
Does the
doesn't
passenger
get
have
out,
to get out? I didn't know that. I
they
guess
have
they do.
committed an arrestable offense.
I don't know. I'll have to look into that.
That's been ruled in the Supreme Court. Officers can ask people to get out of the vehicles.
I knew they
during
could,
the
the
traffic stop.
passengers. I mean, the driver.
So if you go back and watch all of those
As
videos,
big as I can make it, guys.
you'll notice in most of them, you'll hear the officer ask the person to get out. How many people have I tased while I was a cop? If you're asking me, I've been a cop 27 years. Probably 10. It's not a whole bunch.
Okay, we don't want to hear your music, dude. I should go back and play the other part again for those that missed it. And they're telling what all he says in here. This thing is 7 hours long.
Compared to your house.
Almost 7,000 views. So
How
he's
many guns have you carried? Owned? Me? I'm not a gun nut. He said, let's say you were driving and a county deputy and a state trooper attempted to pull you over. Would you comply with their orders? Are you obligated to yield if another LEO? Larry, of course. You mean like, what do you mean? Like working, not working?
hold on. I'm gonna go back, and I'm sure he says all kinds of stupid shit in here, but I really would like to play what he says about the ID thing.
He said, let's say you were driving and a county deputy.
For those that missed that part. Okay.
That's what you do. And you haven't done anything wrong. You're walking down the street. All you did is you had 2 eggs and toast, and you're walking down the street.
Let's twist
I'm
voice.
walking down the street. Here I go, walking down the street.
And watch the tone of his face. The facial expressions as he talks about this.
And an officer comes up. He's like, hey, man, we got a report of a guy that was that hit another dude in the face right around the corner. You match the description. Can I have your ID? Now you know that you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. You just you just had eggs and you went out. What you don't do is, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I'm not giving you my ID. I don't have to because I didn't do anything. All right. People. The fact that you didn't do anything it plays very little in the fact of whether or not you need to produce your identification for the officer. Can a cop just come up to you and for no reason force you to identify yourself? No, I'm not supposed to do that. But if we have a reason or we suspect you of doing something, about to do something,
See how he smiles when he says about to do something? That means, he's just going to throw anything out there. He's not talking about no real razz. I disagree with you, John, Ghost. But that's okay. We can disagree. That's no problem.
Displayed. Guy over here got punched. The officer does have that right to try to identify you for the report and possible questioning later.
You can try.
Even if you didn't do anything wrong.
Nothing wrong with trying, but then you don't have to comply.
At that point in time, he's suspecting you may have been the one that
may have been. Hey, good to me.
What you don't want to do, definitely don't want to do.
I agree with this either. You don't want to resist.
Is resist arrest if he starts to arrest you for failure to identify. Because then you took a completely situation that was no issue and wouldn't have been an issue for you either. Okay. and you turned it into a double arrestable offense. And those two things you won't get off with when you go to court. If the officer can articulate why he was asking you for your information.
Hey, Wolverine.
And the officer
Hey,
doesn't have to
Constitutional.
argue with you. That's the craziness. The officer doesn't have to argue with you. Like if I walk up and I say, "Hey, lady over there says that a guy wearing a white shirt and blue jean shorts was just in her car. I need your ID." But you know it wasn't you. And you're like, "I don't talk to cops." And I was like, "I need your ID. I need your information. I didn't do it. I'm not giving you my stuff." Okay, that's all you're getting from me. That's all you're going to get from me. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just going to be like, "You're under arrest." And you'll be like, "No, I'm not." But then you're going to be under arrest. And then when you resist, you're going to be under arrest also with resisting. Because I won't argue. I don't sit there and argue with people. I don't do it. I've been doing this job 27 years. I have a pretty good understanding and idea of what I'm allowed to do. And I won't argue. The arguing is usually the person trying to bait the officer into doing something they're not supposed to do. So I won't do it. I don't do it. If I go up to a car,
You're right. I mean, John goes because he, the judge, but the judge should want to see reasonable articulable suspicion. This guy's somebody I just walk up to you and say, he's not even saying, "Hey, well, I got a call or we had a victim." I get the impression he's just saying what he wants to people to get their ID. And even if a crime did occur, yes, darling. Okay. Even if a crime did occur, I don't think that guys, hold on one second. I'm gonna let the guy play for a minute. I gotta go help my husband do something real quick. So let's let the cop talk for a minute, okay? I might just speed. I'm coming, honey. I might just speed it up to another part so we can just see, because I haven't watched this whole thing.
I pulled over a car. This is how I've learned to deal with it.
Or we'll just let it play from here. We're not that busy usually.
If I pull over a car and they say, "I don't talk to cops," I say, "All right, I'll be back in my car. When you're ready to talk to cops, let me know, but don't leave here. I'm going to charge you with looting. I'll come back and sit here
on our dime." He'll just sit there.
I'll turn on YouTube or something.
I'll be right back.
I won't argue.
And watch YouTube.
I'm not yanking him out of the car. I did that a few times when I was younger,
honey.
which I was permitted to do, but I don't.
Shit.
I'm just like, I'll be back in my car. And they'll sit up there for a while, and
I'm coming, guys. I'll get it in a minute.
Finally, they realize that they're not leaving, and then it usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes. But then they'll wave their hand out. And then I'll go up and they'll talk to me, and everything.
There you go. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Y'all watch this for a minute.
That seems to work best for me. Because those situations, they so easily can be turned into an arrestable offense. And I'll explain to you. Oh my gosh, you guys are talking about this cop thing. Jiminy Christmas. If you haven't done anything wrong and they're going to arrest you, it's best just to go. You just go. You'll sit in jail for the night. Go, sit in jail. Go to the judge. They'll take you the next morning. He's going to let you out. And then you fight it. But if you don't go, you're going to have a resisting arrest charge on you that will stick. Okay, so you just need to be cautious of those little glitches that can get you hung up. I got the "I'm just traveling." That never works for anybody around here, or even on the videos I've seen. It never works. I'll let you in on another secret. This is crazy, especially for you guys who have never seen this. All of those videos you watch where it says guy ripped out a car for speeding, or a guy ripped out a car for not giving ID, and they always have, guy ripped out a car and arrested for no seatbelt or something like that.
Thanks for the super chat,
And if
Wolverine.
you go back and watch, watch the videos, okay? And you will start to understand this if you watch a lot of them after I tell you this, okay? And this is good information to have. After I tell you this, go watch some of those videos. Officer ripped me out of my car for not using my blinker. Okay. First of all, pretty much all of those videos are labeled incorrectly, because that's not why they got ripped out of the car. They got pulled over for not using a blinker. They got pulled over for speeding. They got, pulled over for whatever reason. Okay.
Hey, DJ Plast.
This is the crazy one.
I just saw you in here.
And I want you to go watch a few of them. Watch. During the conversation where the person in the car is trying to argue with the officer, listen for this one question or one statement from the officer. "Sir, I need you to get out of the car." And you'll hear the person in the car go, "I want your supervisor." "Sir, get out of the car." "No, I don't have to." Or "No." Well, at that very second in time, that person who says no just committed a misdemeanor of the first offense, punishable by $1,000 fine and 6 months in jail, for failure to comply with the lawful order of a police officer, not for not using a blinker. So if you have an officer who's done this job a while and you want to start arguing with him and he wants to put an end to it, all he's going to do is say, "Get out of the car, please." And you're going to say no. And he's going to say, "I'm ordering you out." And you'll say no. Now he knows you've got an arrestable offense. It's that quick.
And his reason behind this
when he asks you out,
is like,
he doesn't even have to, he or she, whatever. He doesn't even have to have a reason. He doesn't have to have a reason to ask you to get out.
Yeah, he doesn't have to have a reason. Actually, they're supposed to say it was for their safety. Damn, they're at least supposed to say that. But he's like, if I don't like the way you're acting, I just say you get out the car, and if you don't do it, then I know I can send you to jail. I mean, I think that's not right. I don't agree with that. Even if he can legally do it, that doesn't. Don't they have any morals? And he's talking about spending the night in jail like it's nothing, and like there's no money involved in that shit. That shit's expensive, and it's aggravating, and it's cold. It's cold. One damn cop can't want to take me to the emergency room. I was so cold. I said, "Don't you understand? It's just freezing in here, and I do have low iron. Hell no, I'm not going to the emergency room. Take me and get me out of here where I can RR." They could have RR'd me there. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. But you do. If they do ask you to get out of the car, I do know you have to. I don't know if that's in every state, but as far as I know, it is. I know it's scary to get out the car. If you do get out the car, I would get out the car and then immediately request a supervisor. Or we say, "Okay, I'm getting out. Will you please call your supervisor at the same time you're getting out?" That's what I would do now. I'm not giving legal advice, okay? I'm no lawyer. Shit. No. I'm just saying, but just the smirks, the telling people, well, we get the right to write this down for investigative purposes. That's not, he ain't got no real razz, or he wouldn't be putting your name down for investigative purposes. I don't really think you had a razz. I really don't, John. I mean, I could be wrong, but like you said, it's not me, it's not you, that it's the judge that he's going to know. Or he might not know, but the DA is going to know. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really win for losing, but you got to try, I think. Hey, broken system, broken trust. Hey, Johnny F. Face. I also want to say something else. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's somebody named QT, and he has passed. I don't know from what. I don't know his real name. I had somebody sent it to me. I think it was Joshua something. I know. I always called him the goat guy because he always used the goat avatar. And he didn't usually come in my panel. Sometimes I think he did, but I often would be in other panels, either with him or listening to him. So I'm saddened by this. I didn't know him that well, but I knew him a little bit, and he's got family and friends that knew and loved him very much. And he was known around, man, especially in panels. If you do panels, you'll know he is. He is the guy that say, if you sew to me, I'll send you a thing back saying, fuck you. He's just joking. That's just the way he joked. I called him the goat guy because he always had a goat uh, on his icon. And we're going to miss him, man. That's sad. And I would like those of you that pray, please pray for his family and his friends and anybody that knew him, even if they were online friends. It still hurts. Like I said, I wasn't that close to the man, but I'm still very saddened by his death. Haynes, was it Joshua Haynes? Yeah. There's a video that somebody had put up. I think I shared it. I just don't think nobody has no information on what happened yet. But if anybody gets any, please share it with me, and I'll try to put it on a community tab or something if we can get some real solid information. I know I don't like to spread shit, but I do know at this time, I've talked to several people. I do know that he has passed, and I trust those sources. So yeah, he was funny. He was really funny, and a lot of Karen knew him pretty well. A lot of hours spent, um, in these rooms. I miss my wobbly. Has anybody seen my wobbly boost anywhere, Karen? I want to see my wobbly. I miss wobbly. I love wobbly. Hey, Bert, can I say hey to you? Yeah, so now, so this guy, I've got his link in the description. Looks like he streams all his shifts. I'm not sure if he does or not. I mean, I just found this channel. Like I said, somebody had, uh, I'm telling you, they're just, ain't no telling what kind of information's in these videos if one had time to just sit there and pick them apart. Like, I wish the trolls would pick them apart. That'd be a great job for them. Pick these cops apart that are spreading misinformation or bending things to fit what they want to do. Because it's no big deal to spend the night in jail, he said. You'll see the judge in the morning. You fight it in court. He don't know. He ain't paid for a lawyer. He ain't spent the night in that freezing ass place on a bench with no toothbrush and no bedroll. You know what I'm saying? He don't know. He ain't had to sit around and pee in front of everybody. So no, it probably is no big deal to him. I did say hi. Good. I try to say hello to everybody, but sometimes I miss people. Johnny F. Face. Fuck you, Johnny F. Face. I'm just joking. He knows that. And DJ Plast, I had missed you earlier, but then I found you. Yeah, it seems to be in Logan. It looks like it's Logan in Ohio. Let me look at that for you guys. And the name of the channel is Policing for Our Community. So that's why he's policing. No, he's policing for a damn paycheck. And so he can make these little smirky faces and like his man. Hey, call for honor. There's somebody else in here too I miss. I got I-124Q. I miss somebody. Yeah, it might be a better idea and just comply, but I'm one of those kind of people that I feel like you gotta stand for something or you fall for anything. Yeah, it's easy to just comply, but do we really? I know I don't want to just comply. I think I want things to be done right. I'm just that way. I've always been that way. It's like I can't even really. It's almost impossible for me to tell a lie because everything needs to be right, in my opinion. That's just how I feel. And if they're doing it wrong, they're doing it wrong, and I don't think that's right. So if they come up to me and ask me for my ID and I haven't committed a crime, hell no, I'm not going to give it to them. It's just not right, and it's unlawful. And if people don't believe in nothing, don't they at least believe in the law? And the Constitution of the United States, which this great country was founded upon, which was, you know, don't that mean something to people? That does to me. I stand on that. I stand on my rights. I'm not, and those that don't, like when I told said, I don't need you standing for me, or you've never stood for me. I'm not standing it for you. I'm standing for my rights. And I'm standing for those that believe in the Constitution and those God given rights, in my opinion. They're God given. Okay. So that's why I am standing. That's why I do what I do. That's why I do all this stuff. I'm just trying to make things better and lawful and get everything's messed up. And it will take years to ever get it all right if we ever could. I doubt we could. I don't think we can fix all of this stuff. I think we can make some improvements. I have seen some changes. Okay. Yeah, I hate traffic law too. It could be done in a different way. It could be done like in a safety type way. I can't remember who was it. Carl Stevenson, who Sir Carl brought this up. Like, what about if they see with your tail light out or something, like they pull over and they like give you a tow light or follow you home so you can get there safely. You know what I'm saying? Illuminate the way for you. What would be wrong with that? Wouldn't you guys rather your public dollars go to that than putting somebody in a cage or making somebody pay a bunch of money? I would much rather see my money be spent that way. Yes. Yes. And then we wouldn't have all these people in jail. But they want all these people in jail because they've promised contracts to prisons and stuff. That's when you get into the prison industrial complex. There's a lot of privatization in that. And before somebody's going to make a contract, especially a huge ass prison contract, you're going to have to promise them that you're going to need whatever they're supplying you with. So how are you going to promise them all these inmates? Unless you know you're going to get them somehow, whether they're really doing something wrong or not. And I know there's things that are even considered illegal that me personally, I don't see wrong. But everybody has their own moral compass, right? And that's another reason why I like the Constitution is it's not perfect. Nothing's perfect because this is Earth and nothing's perfect. It's laid down and it's meant to protect the individual. And that's where, if you look into corporate law, to me, I see corporate law I see it. I know it doesn't seem to have a lot to do with us, but it has more. First of all, we're all under a bunch of fucking false contracts we don't even know about. Some of them we do know about, like the driver's license program. I don't think that shit should have ever been implemented, but I wasn't around back then. And if I was, I couldn't have stopped it. Boom. I can't just magically stop all the bad things. I wish I could. Yeah. It's really is for commercial. And he lies about that too. He says he's never seen, maybe he's never seen a video where a traveler got away. Not got away, okay, where a traveler proved to the officer that it was their constitutional right to be traveling in their personal property. I have seen a couple of them where it's worked. So yes, it does work. Now, me personally, okay, so when we talk about what you choose, what you want to stand for, I'm not going to stand for that. I wish I could, but I don't have the time to get pulled over 1,000 times a day. You know what I'm saying? But I really, in my complete understanding, only people that need a driver's license is if you're doing some kind of commerce. But you would have to carry a bond and you would have to deal with police constantly pulling you over, and they're never going to believe you. Once in a while, you might find one that would actually believe you and maybe look into it a little bit. And I have seen a few that did and took the time, but most don't really want. Like this guy said he'd go take time to go sit in his car because he don't want to argue with people because he don't want to get baited and wait on the people's dime, right? And watch YouTube. That's what he said, right? That's what I heard. But I lost my train of thought, guys. I was doing good. I was on a roll. I think it's the first time it happened all morning. Hell, this might be a good day after all. Hey, Norden, how you doing? That's another thing about somebody say like me speaking to them. I try to speak to everybody. I appreciate everybody that's here, and I also see. Ooh, Hey, Silk City, just do it and shut the fuck up. Yeah, I mean, you can do that if that's what you choose to do, but I'm not gonna just comply. Fuck that shit. You know, right is right, wrong is wrong, and that's just how I feel about it. But I respect everybody's opinion, um, and I have no problem with people disagreeing with me. All right, and I have no problem with constructive criticism. In fact, I appreciate that. Somebody left me a comment the other day that the way I was parked in front of the gas station, I was like, because there was just gas pumps right there, so people couldn't drive through the parking lot. Well, I had kind of like when I looked at the video, I skimmed through it, and I seen this car. I'm like, damn, that car had to back up. And then this person said something about it, and I was like, you know what? Thank you, because you're right. I'm blocking the damn thing. And what if, and it's not a fire lane, but what if it was an emergency and my car was sitting there? Do you know? No, I should. There's parking places around the side. I'm just not thinking sometimes. So, constructive criticism is welcome here. Disagreements are welcome here. If you don't agree, that's fine. What I don't like is when people disagree and they get into the call, and instead of just disagreeing and trying to talk to people and, think of better ideas, maybe compromise a little. I don't like people just getting on there and making fun of the way people look, the way they talk, anything like that. I wasn't raised that way, and I don't like that. That's just ugly, and I don't have that mean spirit in me. I don't even talk about the cops that way. I might call them dumbasses, or talk about how they're mean or something, or call them tyrants. But you won't hear me calling one fat or ugly. And if I do call one like a fat ass or something, then I'll say, "Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to just say that." And a lot of times I'll be just saying it because it's just like I'll say something that's not even fat. Sometimes I'll just like, shut your fat ass mouth up. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, if I see one that's overweight or something, somebody might say something. Oh, well, there's physical um, requirements, and there should be physical weight requirements for cops. Not because I want to be mean, but because they have to run and stuff. But I'm not going to sit there and talk about even nobody about things they can't help. People can't help how they look. People can't help how they talk. And that's where I get offended. That's where I think people are taking shit too far. If you disagree with somebody, fine. In fact, you know, disagreements can lead to productive conversations and can lead to solutions. But when you just get on there and make like this guy here, I would talk to this guy. I'm not making fun of him. I'm mad at what he's doing. You didn't hear me talk. I'm talking about the smirk on his face. You don't hear me talking nothing about his appearance. I'm not saying he was a bad looking darn it. But let's say he could have been horribly ugly or horribly fat. I wouldn't have said nothing about that. I just don't want what's coming out his fucking mouthpiece. You understand? That's the things that bother me, and it's because I don't have it in me to do that to other people. That's why I can't understand how other people can just do that to others. I really don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, so I don't want to get on that shit. I want to be happy. I want to have a good weekend. I'm sorry the cop pissed y'all off. Let's look at that one time. That's Logan, Ohio, I do believe. And I think that we can learn some shit. So from the streams, I ain't talking what kind of shit he's talking about. That's one little piece of one little 7-hour stream. He's on. He don't have a ton of videos, but it looks like he's got about 4. It looks like he might be. I don't know if he's kind of new at streaming himself at work. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, fuck you. Okay, do you guys think I'm a narcissist? Do y'all think I'm petty? Do you think I'm a coward? That's what that troll said back to me, and I'm not going to answer them back, okay? They said, I hope you stop inhibiting the police so they can help victims. You and your frauditors have a really jaundice. Okay, I thought it was a disease. So we have a yellow view of what good police conduct should be, and you want police to, oh Lord, something. I'm not sure. Something to your bow to your ego and narcissism. You feel entitled to sub service from working people. What does that mean? I hope you one day see the further community for the cowardly, petty, narcissistic recruits they are, have always been, and will always be. And look, I do know that some people in this community are not good, but I know some people are. There are some really good people in this community. Okay. And I think I'm a pretty good person. I try to be. I really do. I try my best to be. I've all my life I've tried to learn and improve. I've had a rough life. When I was younger, I went through a rough spot, and you know, I just always want to get better and better and better. And that's not in a narcissistic way. That, in fact, I often lend myself to people, like in service of others. Um, like I'm the type of person, like I would get anything for anybody. Like if I'm at your house or you're at my house, if you say you need something, I'm gonna be the first one that's gonna jump up and say, "I'll go get it." You know, even when Joe Cool was here, like when I was riding the car with him, I like everything he go to reach for, I'm handing it to him. That's how I do everybody. He said, "You're so helpful," and I appreciate that. He knows that because yeah, I like to help people. It makes me happy to help others. It really does. It really does. So like, yeah, you can ask me to go get you a glass of something, make you a drink, make you a sandwich, whatever. My dumb ass, I would be like, okay, sure, no problem, I'll do it. I'm just that's how I am. I would do it for a stranger. And so when I see family members that won't do that for each other and stuff, I've been in other people's houses and stuff, or friends and their family members or stuff, and they would be like, "Could you get me something?" Another person would be like, or like they don't want to. I'm like, what's the big deal? I go grab it for you. Let me go get it. No big deal. So yeah. So anyway, I enjoyed this. I don't like some of the shit this cop is spewing. I'm not saying he's a bad man, but I don't like the way he's smirking and shit. It's like we're just as much people as they are. They're no better than us. They're not above us. You know, it's I bet it'd be a big deal to him if he had to spend a night in jail if he was innocent and he knew he was innocent. That's the hardest part, really. Sometimes is knowing you're innocent. I mean, damn it, man. It's one thing when you're sitting in there and you're thinking, damn, I done messed up. I shouldn't have done this. And I got my you know what I'm saying? But it's another thing where you're sitting in there saying, damn, I didn't do nothing wrong. You know, these people are wrong. I'm not the one that's wrong. I can't always be right. I have been wrong before, but I don't really think I was. I was driving on a suspended license. I don't. It's not that serious, but I have been to jail for that before. But that was years ago. But damn, at least. And back then, of course, I didn't know shit. So then I was definitely thinking, oh man, I did something terrible by not having license, not knowing nothing about travelers. Not that, like I said, I'm not getting into the traveling thing myself because my anxiety cannot handle being pulled over that many times a day. That would be crazy. No soup for him. All right, Batman, it's crazy. All right, so I guess I'm gonna get on off here. I appreciate all you guys. And we had a nice stream today. I'm a little aggravated about this cop, but I think we need to see stuff like this. A lot of this stuff, part of this isn't probably even his fault. Part of it is because after 27 years, he should know. Hey, D, how are you? I know I shouldn't. I I do respect cops when they solve real crime. I really do, and I share those stories too. And when when they're looking for missing people, I share those stories. Yeah, I want them to do good. So when they do good, I'm going to share it. You know, I want them just to do it the right way, and I would be so happy And I want them to go after real criminals for real crimes. I appreciate you all now. Y'all have a good day. And links in the description. If you want to check this guy out, feel free to. He's got a lot of content. All right. A lot as in I'm long out in videos. And I think there's all kinds of information in there. Somebody should grab them and just keep them, see what all shit comes out his mouth. All right. Y'all have a good day. Love you all. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you all for stopping by. Okay. Bye-bye.